Welcome back to MBC News and Happy New Year. I'm Duza Dragonash.
And I'm Rekha Weitz.
The tragic news of the assassination of Pakistani Prime Minister candidate Benazir Bhutto rang across the globe and has even touched people in Second Life. Dylan Rickenbacker created an unofficial memorial to the slain leader shortly after her death on December 27th. Since then, many SL residents have visited the site and left a white rose in memory of this inspirational leader.
Pontiac has announced that they will be pulling their presence out of Second Life, and as a result, Marathi Island will be closing. Their innovative and exciting car shows on this highly popular island will no longer be available. No reason for the closing was given. However, it has been rumored that Pontiac is planning a surprise announcement for Second Life on January 20th. Pontiac representatives are offering no word either way of this rumored announcement. Sounds like we're just going to have to wait and see.
The World Stock Exchange is undergoing a substantial upgrade in order to implement new technologies, as well as keep up with the growing economic demand in Second Life and other virtual worlds. Because of the size and complexity of the upgrades, the World Stock Exchange may be unavailable for up to 30 days. When complete, the World Stock Exchange is expected to process over 10 million lindens per day and will have more than 50,000 participants. In other financial news, Linden Labs announced earlier this week a crackdown on fraudulent currency. A growing problem in Second Life is the fencing of Linden dollars that are being purchased with stolen credit card information. These Lindens are being sold outside of the official Lindex currency exchange, and it is often difficult for users to be able to tell the difference between a legitimate broker and an illegally operating one. Linden has warned that not only will fraudulent Lindens be confiscated from user accounts, but users could be penalized up to 150% of the fraudulent amounts involved.
Exciting news from NASA regarding virtual worlds. One of the largest challenges facing the crew on a future Mars mission will be the 800 days of relative isolation, far from friends and family on Earth. NASA is exploring the use of virtual worlds such as Second Life to keep the crew connected with not only family but also co-workers and other social groups while en route or at Mars. Decades of NASA research has shown that close communication helps overcome psychological fatigue for crews on extended missions. NASA also already has an island in Second Life called CoLab, where it is conducting research on collaboration meetings and telepresence. It is working on 3D simulations of Mars for astronauts and the public, with radio signals taking anywhere from 15 to 60 minutes to get to Mars and back. Astronauts might want to be ready to experience some serious lag.
And if you're looking for some new entertainment with friends, Hoosier Towers has recently opened to the Second Life public. Hailing from the state of Indiana, the founders created Hoosier Towers to promote social gatherings and entertainment for Midwest interest. Featuring an 80s-themed nightclub, a bowling alley and arcade area, Hoosier Towers also has spots for camping and has numerous plans for growth and new entertainment opportunities. Just stay tuned, say the owners. The kickoff starts this week, and the owners are currently offering free bowling for a limited time. And now we're going over to Vijay Saeed, who is going to tell us a very interesting story.
This is Vijay Saeed at the crossroads in front of the Red-Headed Lover, a clothing store owned by Dutch Hoenbeek and Ten Jatalope. Back in August of this year, the Wall Street Journal ran an article about this unique couple. According to the WSJ, Dutch Hoenbeek was a creation of Rick Hoestratz as a diversion following the death of his mother. The virtual world of Second Life intrigued Rick, stating that here you're in total control. In Second Life, Dutch Hoenbeek is the successful entrepreneur with a net worth of about $1.5 million in Linden dollars. With a background in computer graphics, Mr. Hoestratz quickly learned how to build and design furniture and clothing. Before long, he was spending most of his real-life nights and weekends acting out his avatar's life. It was during one of these marathon Second Life gaming sessions where Dutch met 10. They became fast friends and later Second Life partners. It was also at this time that Sue, Rick, whose stretched real wife, was losing patience with her husband's Second Life activities. And according to Sue, everyone has their hobbies, but when it's from 6 in the morning until 2 in the morning, that is not a hobby, that is your life. According to a survey of 30,000 gamers noted in WSJ, nearly 40% of men and 53% of women who play online games said their virtual friends were equal to or better than their real-life friends. Virtual worlds such as Second Life are becoming a testing ground for the limits of relationships both on and offline. In Second Life, cyber marriage and divorces are common. In a world with approximately 450,000 active users, averaging a typical game time of about 20 to 40 hours a week. On a neurological level, players may not distinguish between virtual and real-life relationships, and that the same social cues used in real life, such as eye contact, are carried over into virtual life. According to Professor Brian Reeves, who conducted a 5-year study on social behavior in the virtual world, people respond to interactive technology on social and emotional levels much more than we ever thought. Our brains are not specialized for the 21st century media. There is no switch that says, process this differently because it's on a screen. Family law experts and marital counsel say they're seeing a growing number of real-life marriages dissolve over virtual infidelity. Cyber affairs don't legally count as adultery unless they cross over into the real world, but they may be cited as grounds for divorce and could be a factor in determining alimony and child custody in some states, according to several legal experts. Back in the real world, Suhu Strat sits alone in the living room watching TV, acknowledging that this other life is so wonderful. It's better than real life. Nobody gets fat. Nobody gets gray. The person that's left behind can't compete with that. As for Dutch and Ten, this past Christmas holiday, they tied the knot not only in Second Life, but their real life also. This is VJ Saeed at the Crossroads. Back to you, Dosa.
Thank you, Vijay.
And now, a word of caution for anyone using in-world bank accounts. Linden Labs has announced that they will not honor charters for companies offering huge interest rates on savings and investments. With the recent collapse of Ginkgo Financial and resulting loss of account balances for numerous SL residents, Linden Labs found it necessary to enforce this new policy. Some banks have been offering interest rates as high as 50 or 60% without any real financial backing. Linden Labs is also taking steps to remove ATMs and storefronts for these questionable institutions, starting on January 22nd. So if you find a savings account with an interest rate that sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
And now to the opening of a new sim, Babylon 6. Designed and built by Danon Robiani, in RL, Danon's expertise is in digital architecture. This background gave him an edge on building in Second Life, and it's propelled him to become one of our top builders. His amazing creations include extravagant castles, palaces, temples, ballrooms, and complete sims for individuals and corporations. He is the co-owner of Dejalusion Design and Inspire Creations, which sell everything you can think of, both in Second Life and on the SL Exchange.
Babylon 6 is the largest and most complete space station ever built in Second Life. B6 opened to the public on Saturday. When completed, the station will have as many as 10 levels. This is a role-play, self-sustaining community. Upper levels hold the crew, the workers, and general citizens. In the lower section of the station, the refugees, criminal elements, and black market are to be found. Babylon 6 will be inhabited by all types: human, demon, vamp, neko, tinies, you name it, all are welcome. There is even a special area just for tinies and hatchies on an upper level. That's our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. Until next week, I'm Rekka Weitz.
And I'm Dooza Dragonash, and good night from MBC.